Well, New Year's Eve is coming up, and maybe you want to host a party, but what do you do? We've got some tips from AJ Williams. She's with AJ Events. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so we want to host this party. Let's first talk about food, because you got to have food for a New Year's Eve party.
Absolutely, and you want to make sure that they're well fed. So make sure you're preparing items that are very, very hearty, because people love to drink on New Year's Eve.
So do you have any tips for like mainly finger food or appetizers, or do you do a meal-like thing?
It depends on how you're setting it up. Some people like to do a sit-down dinner. Other people like to do a full reception style so everyone can mix and mingle. So I would do definitely some finger foods, and then definitely heartier small plates like meatballs or pasta, so they can fill up and soak in all that good cheer that they're drinking.
I was going to say, yeah, because most of the time you will be drinking alcohol, so that kind of counteracts it to make sure everybody's kind of stay sober for the party, right?
Absolutely, but make it fun too. You can do something really creative with skewered food and foods that people, really, really love, and make it different by adding some vegetarian or vegan items in there, just so you can, basically cover everyone's palate.
Exactly. And you talked about fun and festive. So do we want people to dress up? Do you get a theme? I mean, or is it just up to you?
Everybody loves to dress up for New Year's Eve, but if you put a little bit of an extra spin on it by telling your guests how to dress, like for instance, a lot of people really like to dress up and add some glitz and glamour to their New Year's Eve attire. But if you tell them to dress in all gold or all silver or denim and bling, that creates more energy for your party and more excitement and more anticipation for what's yet to come. So when they come to your event, they're already excited because they're already dressing for you and how you told them to dress.
Yeah, speaking of excitement, you've got the food and they're excited to be there, but how do you entertain them? What do you do?
Well, there are a lot of things you can do depending on your budget. You can put together a playlist that's a lot of, a lot of music that everybody loves to hear. At the beginning of the event, you want to make sure it's kind of like bebop kind of music, and then take the energy high as you're entering closer to the new year. So dance music, high energy music, put some FUN in there. And if you wanted to add something a little bit more creative, you can always add a pianist or a keyboardist and do sing-along music, leading up to the countdown.
Is New Year's Eve a good party to have the TV on, or should you be playing games, or does that kind of just depend on who you invite over?
It depends on your character and your friends, but, a lot of people, like to do left, right, center from, or, watch the ball drop on TV. So it really depends on what you like, but make it, your own and have fun with it.
Yeah, speaking of the ball drop, I guess that is one of the things that you probably do need to watch on the TV, but can you add something extra to make it fun for the people there?
Yes, absolutely. You could Zoom with your friends. So if you mirror your computer to your TV and another party that's happening either in your neighborhood or even another state, your besties from another era or another country, that would be fun. And you could watch what the other party's doing on the TV.
Right, yeah. All right, so we still got time. We can plan this New Year's Eve party, and you gave us some really great tips. Thank you very much for showing up today and telling us about them.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
All right, have a Happy New Year.
Have a Happy New Year to you, too.
All right, thanks, AJ.